Welcome to the Doveton Live Cooking Show. I'm Ivy.
And I'm Krishna.
And I'm Iris.
So, what are we making today?
Today we'll be making a dish called baked chicken with rice. The ingredients that you'll need for this dish is about 3 cups of rice. We've got about 4 drumsticks for today. You'll need some cumin, turmeric, garlic, and some chicken stock. And then you'll also need some cherry tomatoes, broccoli, spring onion, and coriander and lemon for garnish. Shall we start?
Yes.
Yep.
So the first thing you want to do is preheat your oven. So you want to maybe put it on to 220 degrees Celsius.
Yes.
And you want it on fan bake. That's probably a good setting to have it on. And then you grab your baking tray or baking dish, about this size is pretty good. And you want to brush it with a bit of butter. Maybe you can do that.
Alright.
And there's a kettle that's just boiled, so you can grab the kettle for us if you want. And then you want to cut off a piece of butter, about that big, and you can pour the water into the cup for us.
Up to off Is that
Yeah,
enough?
that's good. And then you want to put your butter inside and just let it melt for a little bit.
Is this mine?
Yep, that should be fine. Okay, and then you just take your rice and you just pour it into the tray. Beautiful. And then what you want to do is we're going to take this this butter that's slowly melting in the water and pour it into the rice. And then you can take a fork and give it a mix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and make sure that the butter is all mixed up. So what we've got here is some chicken stock. You can use cubes or powdered stock. It doesn't really matter. So you just use 1 big spoon. Pop it in your cup. You want to use about 1 tablespoon of stock or 1 cube of stock per cup of rice.
So, when did you learn how to make this dish?
So this is a dish that my grandmother likes to make, and it's a really good dish to make because it doesn't take much time to prepare and it's quite easy, but you'll really impress your friends if you do it because it looks when it comes out of the oven it looks quite complicated and beautiful.
Yeah, it looks good already.
Oh, thanks. So where did my scoop go? So what I usually do is you don't want to put too much turmeric, so maybe 1 tablespoon for a big dish of rice like this is probably heaps. And then also a little bit of cumin. I love the smell of cumin. Smell that.
Yeah.
So you can pour the hot water in that. Just be careful not to. It's very hot.
Is this one of your favorite dish?
I do love this dish very much. It reminds me of my childhood. And I remember coming home from school and you'd be able to smell it in the house. Or you know when you get home from school and
Yeah.
you're really starving. Okay, and then you take that and you can pour that into the rice.
Okay.
Give it a mix. So we've put 1 cup that had butter in it
Mm-hmm.
and then 1 cup that had the
Spices.
So far we've got 2 cups. We're going to need 5 cups in total of liquid. So we're going to need to add 3 more cups of water, right?
Okay.
So we're going to add the first one. You can pour that in, straight in. Oh, careful not to pour it on your hand because it's boiling water.
I pour 2 more.
Yep, and 2 more. Okay, and lastly, in terms of spices, we're going to put the garlic in.
Yep.
So there's 3 cloves of garlic. And so we're just going to go straight in. Make sure all of it is in. You don't want to waste garlic because it's delicious. Okay, so at the moment it's almost ready except for the chicken. So at this point you want to put the chicken in. You want to kind of put it in gently.
Can you cook this dish in different ways?
You can replace the chicken with mushrooms.
Yep.
So if you're a vegetarian, you can definitely change the chicken with mushrooms or tofu if you want. You can just make the rice and then add the vegetables on top. Maybe put some cheese later on. So yeah, there's many different ways of making this dish. It's quite versatile. And then we're going to cover it straight on. You just want to make sure that these edges are nice and tight against the edges of the dish. Okay, so we're ready to put it in the oven?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, so the oven should be hot by now. Okay, and you just want to keep it nice and flat because you don't want to spill the liquid. And I'm going to close it up.
Yep.
Okay, so we'll just chop some veggies now. So you get some broccoli and you just want to make sure that you cut the flowers of the broccoli. Okay, and now you're ready to go and relax with the 90 minutes that we now have. Okay, so it's been 90 minutes now, and so we're ready to put the dish out. Are you guys excited?
Yeah.
Make sure you've got some protective gloves on, because it's going to be very hot. Okay, so we're just going to decorate the dish with some vegetables.
So what dish did you learn how to cook first, and how old were you then?
My first dish ever?
Yep.
I think it was probably a scrambled egg. And then we're going to put some cherry tomatoes in there as well. Just going to put a little bit of lemon juice on everything. Okay, and we're ready to put it in the oven again.
Yep. Should I open the oven?
Yes, please. Okay, so that'll be another 10 minutes now. So it's been 10 minutes, so we're going to take it out of the oven.
Okay.
Alright, so what you want to do is you want to try and make the rice nice and neat. And then you can take your broccoli. Finally, you want to garnish it with your spring onion.
Yep.
And some coriander. And there is your baked rice and chicken dish.
Thank you for joining us, Iris.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.